Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and welcome back to No Man's Land. So it's been a while for me doing any recording. The last episode you watched I'd recorded before I realised that Chainsaw and Daggerwin had took a pause for the premium expansion recording. So we'll just get up into the air and have a little recap. I think in the last episode we harvested the cornfield. We had this grass baled up. Now, did we seed that, roll it and spray it, I think, in the last episode? And everything else is just... Oh, we put the new cow barn in as well. Yeah, nearly forgot about that. So, there's not too much to do at the moment, but with the good news from, I think, episode 45 of Daggerwin's video, where he said that the series will be going for quite some time, that means I definitely didn't waste my time with this cotton harvester, and I'm going to get some more use out of that, because it does bring in a lot of money. Which brings me to a point that I'm now nearly on $2 million. In fact, it's set to euros because I've been doing the Zelonka stuff. So let me just change that. I didn't realise that was a global setting. I thought it was per game save. Right. So if you have a look at the field statuses, and particularly, well, so growth stage, I think this oat field will be ready next month, so that'll be good, and then we can get this made into one big field, and I will put cotton in there. The other thing I'm going to do, maybe in this episode, is I'm going to buy this plot of land. In fact, I'll just buy it now, because, you know, money is almost no object anymore. And I'm going to extend right up to that field, up to that forestry boundary, and make that into a bigger field, and that's probably going to be the next cotton field, depending on the race between soybeans and sugar beet. Not quite sure yet, so we'll work on getting that extended and get the field up to the same status ready for planting. And in terms of field state, I think we've just got this sorghum field here which needs some fertilizer on it, so that's just a quick job for our spreader. Not sure if we've got any fertilizer left though, so I'll have to check on that. And then we'll probably spend a bit more time over with the animals and get a lot of TMR made up, get everybody up to like sort of 100% food. And I think that's about it really. I think the only thing that I'm going to have to do if I knock the weeds off is this will need ploughed, but we're going to subsoil them all anyway once they've harvested to get the stones out for our gold production. Which, let's have a quick look at our productions. So yeah, we've got water in the greenhouses, that's not a problem. And I think there's still quite a bit left in the tanker. Still getting a load of wood, 70,000 litres nearly of wood for the sawmill. In carpentry, we've got plenty of stuff to go at the moment, and there doesn't seem to be any, well, still seems to be space on the spawn point. And our grain mill is out of flour now, so I'm going to deactivate that, which is a bit of a worry because the bakery doesn't have that much in. It's only got 3,000 litres, so that's going to chew through that pretty quick. You know, it's using like 4,000 a month, I think, cycles, so 2 litres. Yeah, so it's using like 4,000, I don't know, 320 or something. So that's going to run out in this month, and I haven't got any more grain to put in other than barley, which I'm kind of keeping back for the chicken food. Clothes, now I'm not sure whether I shouldn't just go for another spinnery, because it would seem that by making fabric from cotton and wool, it doesn't double up the production. It just uses like half as much of each, because I'm constantly just don't have enough fabric to feed the tailor shop. So I think perhaps we might look at putting in another spinnery, although I don't, well, I've got wool I suppose I could put in. Right, so the methane production, we've got nothing in it at the moment, but I do have about 48 silage bales which I could put in. But now that we've got the beef cattle, I'm probably going to put some more silage into our bale storage. I think we're going to be going through that fairly quick. We'll check on the slurry, but soon at some point we'll get the sugar beet, which will be good for making methane. And gold, well, we've got no stone, so gold's off, so I might as well deactivate that. And our dairy, the last production, we've got 14,000 litres of milk, which will be all right for a little while, I think. It's only using, what's that using? About 6,000 a month. So it's maybe using a bit more than that, 6,000 and 3,600. So using about 10,000 litres of milk a month. So looking at the animals, we're going to have to get some water. I think I said I was going to get a bigger water bowser, so we'll look at doing that. But they're doing all right. They've got 16,000 litres of milk. Our Angus cows, well, we'll get them some more TMR and we'll get them some more water, but they're just starting to mature. Chickens, they're okay, and the sheep, they just probably need some water. So we're not in a bad position. Slurry, well, we might have stuff to sell. So I've got some oats. I could probably make some flour from the oats. Yeah, we're a bit off from being able to sell them. Soybeans, when's the best price for soybeans? Is in June. That's this month. So best price, we're at $3,500. So yeah, soybeans, we'll get those sold in this episode. And corn is the same. So really, I need to sell all my corn, all my soybeans. And slurry, how's our slurry tanks doing? So we've got some more slurry. We can fill up the big slurry tanker and get that moved over. So we have got a fair bit to do, to be fair, but I'm going to try and automate it. The other thing is, speaking of automation, let me just get back on the ground. Alright, so we'll just have a look at this. I don't know if it's going to show it very well, but off camera, as you can see, I've built up a bit of a road network. So I've kind of put in all the routes around our farmyard, and I've put in a few waiting points to different fields and stuff like that. So I'm going to be able to use auto drive a little bit more than what I originally planned to. I'm actually thinking about putting an auto drive route in up to the sell point, and if I could do one, I'll have to work out the routes for it, but maybe I can automate the sort of filling of slurry and tipping it into the methane production. Probably just have to use that Garrett tanker for that, but I might have a look at doing that. So I could maybe have a junction that goes to the slurry fill point and also a loop around the back, which would lead to the methane fill point. And then I could probably automate selling of methane and transfer of slurry. So I'll do some testing on that at some point and see if it's viable. But to get back to the farmyard, we'll get the spreader on the Deutz-Fahr and we'll get that job kicked off. Right, so it's empty, but I'll go and fill it up with diesel if I can, because it's quite low on diesel, this thing. Yeah, the New Holland's in the way. I think I filled that up with diesel in the last episode. Where did this go? This bay here. Yeah, because we got rid of the spreader, didn't we? The sprayer. So I've got another bay free. What I might do is just get the New Holland picking up those bales. I can automate that with cosplay, so probably try and get that grass rolled as well in this episode. Right, cosplay. Create a job. Cosplay fieldwork. Collect bale wraps, that's the one. So just start the job. And we'll jump back into the Deutschfahrer. Right, let's get this thing filled up. I think I had to buy another tank of diesel as well, because it was empty. So we'll go and see what fertiliser stock we've got. Yeah, we've got plenty of fertiliser, but we've got, you know, one bag of seeds. I don't even think that's a full bag. So we're going to have to get some more stock. But we're not actually close to planting anything at the moment. Okay, so I think I'll just put this on to cosplay. Right, there it goes. Right, so now we'll jump over to the Massey in the cow enclosure. Just while the Massey takes forever to start, we'll just get this filling up with the manure. There's only 11,000 litres in there, so not a full trailer. But let's get the Silo King going with some more TMR mix. It needs hay. It seems to have some straw. Is there a straw bale still in there? Can't see. But it needs hay and silage. So let's get... I'll get 6 bales of silage out. I'll get a couple of straw out. And I'll get maybe I'll get 5 hay out, because then I'll put a couple into the sheeps. Right, I can't remember if I can pick up 4 silage bales. I can just. No, he doesn't like it. There we go. And then we'll want the hay next. I think I'll put this hay next to the sheep. go. Put some more hay in. And then we'll do the silage last, I think. Oh well. So it's safe to say the silo king's full. I've just got this hay bale around the back to try and squeeze in. It might just sit there. Okay, right, so we'll head over to the... In fact, let's get some water into the cows first. We'll get it refilled. Fill up the Angus cows as well, and then I'll take that manure over to the methane plant with a couple of bales of wool. Hopefully when we come back we'll have a full load of TMR in the silo king. And we can start giving them some food. Alright, so we've got plenty of wool here. So like I say, I think it might be worthwhile putting in another spinnery just to help with the fabric production. So I'll see you over at the methane plant. So while that tip's in there, we'll go and get into the New Holland and bring these bales back and get it set off again. So I think there was over 100 bales produced in this field. I think the tally was 104, can't quite remember. So definitely we've been missing out a couple of harvests on this field because I haven't had it up to full, the growth stage of the grass wasn't as much as it could have been. So I don't think these are actually fully fertilised yet, fully fermented yet. No, they're like 78%. Right, so we'll just set this off again. Can I just do it straight from here? Yeah, I'll just start another course. Collect, there we go. That might do it. Yeah, right, so back into the Massey and we'll get back over with it to do some TMR. Right, so not quite a full silo king, but there's a full trailer here, so I'll probably split this between the two cows. And then when the next load comes in, we'll do the same again. Okay, it's 12,000 in one. Right, I'll just leave the trailer here so it's ready to be filled up again. We'll give some water to the Anguses, and then I'll head up with this and we'll look at buying something a bit bigger to do the animal water with. Right, so I'll head up to the store and we'll have a look at our options for water tankers. Okay, let's have a look at what this is worth. So 460 to repaint and 21 to repair, so it's worth nearly 7,000. So in animal feed, so I mean I could get another tanker like this, but I don't know if the Massey would pull it on a dolly. You know, when that's full, it's pretty heavy, and that only weighs, oh, that only has 8,000 litres, so that's pretty useless. So I'm thinking maybe we could just go for a water tanker like this. To change the number plate, of course. It's a shame there isn't a blue one that I could have had. Oh, but that's quite nice. Is that what our other one is? Can't remember. Yeah, so but that's 72,000. Wow, that's expensive. Let me have a look, because we've got the other one, haven't we? The one that does the methane. Is that in the miscellaneous? And that's only 68. Oh, and I can have blue. I could have any colour I wanted. Yeah, quite like that. So, again, change the number plate. Right, okay. So we'll have that, and then we'll need to get a dolly for it as well. Yeah, I'll just have this one. So, not cheap. Not cheap at all. And we'll quickly see, because I'll fill it up with water here, so it's where it's cheapest. And we'll just see how well the Massey can pull it. And with plenty of room to turn around, so I don't have to be faffing about trying to reverse a dolly trailer. Well, it seems to pull it okay. I mean, we're not breaking any speed records, but at least he can move it. Right, so we'll just fill up all the animals with water. That's the sheep full. That's the dairy cows full, and we might even run out of water. Yeah, completely emptied the whole trailer. So I'll set it off refilling, and then next episode we can start topping everything up again. So definitely worthwhile buying this. Although it doesn't seem to be able to fill up from this water point. Am I too far away from it? Right, so that's a bit of an issue then. So I can't seem to fill up from that water point. Let me just reverse it around, well, turn it around. See if it is only one-sided. Nope. Well, that's bizarre. I would have thought I'd be able to refill it from there. So I'll head over to our big water bowser and I'll just set it off refilling. I mean, at least the water there's free. It just seems to take a long time. I'm kind of glad I never got rid of this water tower now. In fact, that's really odd because I can't fill it up from there either. Oh, of course I've got to switch this one on. It's been so long. There we go. Right, so I'll get this back over to the animals. We'll give some more TMR to the cows and then we'll have a look at the next job. Yeah, so the Anguses have got 35,000 litres of food and the Holsteins have got 35,000 litres of food. So I think that'll do for this episode in terms of the animals. I'll probably just move some pallets of eggs out of the spawn area and then that'll be it over here. Right, there we go. Right, so has the Deutschfahr finished fertilising everything? That looks pretty good, so we'll get that back. Right, so we'll just put this here and we'll get into the lorry. And here you've got some water, so we'll just top these greenhouses up. Right, so that's now empty of water. We'll go and see if we've got some methane to put into it. And we'll get some methane sold. Right, and the New Holland seem to have got stuck there for some reason. We'll do some quick bale collecting and then we'll go and get these grains sold. Right, so I haven't got much methane by the looks of it. I never checked that. No, I didn't switch the manure on, so let's activate the manure. Not that that will fill it, so let's get some silage put in here and then at least we can start making some methane. Right, so you can see here it's got stuck on this rock, so not a big issue. So we can just kick it off again, doing its job. And what we'll do is we'll wait for that to get full and then we'll just go and get some of our crops sold. Trail is this way. Okay, so I've got 23,000 litres of oats. I think I'm going to put 10,000 of that into the grain mill. Just to start getting some flour made to feed the bakery. I think sorghum's probably the most profitable one to make flour from. But we haven't got any of that at the moment, so... It'll still be better to make the flour from the oats. In fact, so we'll just stick it all in. It's one less trip up to the store. I also modded this junction. I opened it up a bit just to help with the paths crossing for the auto drive. Right, so we've got soybeans, so we'll get all the soybeans sold. Need to check the gold price as well, thinking about it. I'm not sure when gold was the best price to sell. Okay, so that was 112,000 for those soybeans. Now we'll go and get the corn. Right, and while this fills, I'll just head over to the New Holland and get that emptied. So I think I've noticed I'm getting some low frame rates, and I think it's probably because of the amount of bales I've got knocking about the map. So what I'll do here is I'll tip these here next to the other ones to ferment, and then I'll just pick up a set of fermented bales and put them into the methane plant. Right, so I've just got this one that got stuck between my trailer and tractor. There we go. So these should all be fermented, so we can just get them straight into the methane plant. There we go, and we'll set it off collecting the rest of the bales. I think I might just pick up these two close to this rock, and then it doesn't have to try and come around here again. Oh, of course. Right, there we go, and we'll get back to the lorry. Right, so we've got a full trailer of corn, and we'll go and get rid of this. So that was 87,600, and that's took us over the 2 million mark. So we'll go and get another load. And while that's filling, let me have a quick look at the gold prices. So we're at 28,300. July is the best one next month, so we're not far off. Not sure, I think we've got about 5 pallets of gold there, so that'll make us nearly 150,000. And there's nearly 70,000, so what's that? That's 150,000 in corn. So I'll take this trailer back. I'll see how the water tanker's doing. Probably have to top it up again. Oh, we've got a bit of a drift going on. And then we'll get that methane sold. And I think that'll probably do it for this episode. Yeah, it needs to be refilled. Strange that I can't fill up from the other water point over at the manure heap. Right, so is that full of bales? No, it's still going. So how much methane have we got? Only 6,000. Did I knock the silage on? I did. Right, so I'm probably just going to leave this here for this episode. But I will... Once the New Holland's full, I'll transfer another load of silage into the methane plant. Right, so it hasn't got long to go. It's only got 3 to pick up, so we can do that. I think actually what I'm going to do is take these over to the cows and then come back and put that last lot of fermented bales into the methane plant. But it'd be interesting as well to see what these bales show up as, because they're not... let me just check this. I don't think they're fully fermented. Oh, we're very close. We're very close. So I'm just wondering what they show up in the menu. So we've got round bale, silage, round bale, hay, straw. Oh, still showing grass, that's what that must be. So... they'll continue to ferment inside the bale storage, I assume. I'll probably have an episode where I do some of this meadow grass into hay. The hay stocks are probably going to get a bit low, especially now we're using twice the TMR. But seeing as I haven't made any hay since like the very early episodes, you know, it's lasted quite well, I think. Now, is there room for me to get down this side? I think there is, just. Right, so here's another 24 bales of silage, although it only shows straw in the menu. Well, let's hope these two just drop. They do. Are they going to go into the production or not? Okay. So it looks as though the production's full. So I'm just going to have to try and fit these in down the side here. Probably going to send bales everywhere. Yeah. Right, so I'm going to leave it here. I'm just going to set the worker off again to pick up the rest of these bales. And just let it do that off camera. So I didn't get into that field over the back there, but you know, we're not in any rush. I don't think the sugar beet are ready till about August. So there's nothing I can really do with the field extension anyway. So that can just be filled in at some point. But I'm doing all right, I think. 2.1 million now. That's pretty incredible, really. I'll have to look at getting the sugar mill put into place in, you know, well, before August, because I want to get production started straight away on that. So that's another job to do, but I think we're looking pretty good, and you know, I'm so glad that the series is going to last a bit longer than what I ever expected. So thank you all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. Again, always, I like to see your comments, telling me ideas for productions and stuff. So I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching. Bye bye for now.